Well, hello, fellow RVers. This is Gary once again with Ruff RV Life. You got Sharon back there behind the camera. So where are we at? The Ochlockonee River State Park here in Sopchoppy, Florida. It's kind of up in the Panhandle.
Big Bend area.
Yep, we're going to give you a tour of this park. It's that way. It's not a very big park, but we're going to show you it anyway. Going through the gates. And we do got a little bit of a ride before we get to where we check in. So we're just going to wander through these pine forests here. The real Florida.
This is the real Florida, y'all. You got pine, palmettos, swamp, rivers, creeks, and we're not far from the Gulf of Mexico. The bay, I guess, which is in the Gulf of Mexico, basically. Right?
Yeah.
But this is what I think of when I think of Florida. A lot of people might think of beaches and
Miami,
sand,
Tampa,
and big cities, but a good part of Florida is what you see right here. It is lovely.
Ruff Road.
Yeah, not to be confused with Ruff Road, or UFF.
And once again, you know, you got to beware of the golf carts and the turtles.
Yeah.
Because they share the road.
I think they need to put deer on that. There are deer in these parts. A lot of deer. Yeah, I guess not everyone loves the woods like I do.
No, everybody's got their own thing they like.
Yep, some people are beach people, some people are mountain people.
Some people like deserts and rocks.
Yep. But it's fun to visit
It's fun,
and see the different places. We were talking today about the different animals, plants and animals in different parts of the country. Like roadrunners and javelinas.
And the saguaro cactus.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. And we have alligators.
Campers pull to the right and go get checked in.
There's park fees, $4 per vehicle, up to 8 people. So right there around that little road is the dump station. This is where we're going to have to bump down with our honey wagon. Yep. Campground is a half a mile. Plenty of room to walk, run, ride your bike.
This little first dirt road up here on the right is the boat ramp.
And I also want to point out there's a road to the left. Well, we'll see it when we come out, because it's on up there.
Okay.
Go into the boat ramp.
Boat ramp road. And they also have a very modern kayak launching system.
Yeah, it's wheelchair accessible, and it has directions there on how to transfer into your kayak. That's really cool. And there's another river here.
So there's a fancy boat kayak ramp.
Yeah, that's so cool. You can sit down and transfer over.
Yep, and then you just pull the rails and launch yourself.
Yeah. And then here is the boat ramp and picnic table right there. And there's a trail. You can see it. I think we'll pull up just a little bit more to see it, right through the woods maybe. That will take you right back to the campground. It's not very far at all. Nice walk along the river. Porta potty out here. And then as we're leaving this boat ramp area, there is a scenic drive that's, how far was it? 1.5 miles?
2 miles, wasn't it?
2 miles.
Something like
anyway,
that.
It's a nice scenic drive. It's a dirt drive through the woods, through the pine forest, and you can see the different ponds and all. It's that road right across the way there. You can bike it, and it comes out. We'll show you where it comes out. It comes out at the end of the park. And then we're back on the park road.
I think the fog has finally left us here at
I know.
1:30 in the afternoon.
We've been in fog all day. We've been checking out the Bald Point State Park nearby. And you can check that out on this channel.
So we're gonna scoot right by the campground and go up the road a half a mile and show you the.
It's a day use area. It's a shelter picnic area.
Has a pier there, or something?
Yeah, you might even could swim there, swim in the river, and they also have a fishing pier. So right here, coming up is one of the trails, right there, Ochlockonee River Trail. Yeah, there's another one on the other side. We'll cover that in the wrap up. And that's where you go in. Just a peek at it.
Make you hold your breath when you first pull in there.
Yeah.
We'll show you that in a second.
Yeah, it is a very rustic campground, but that is so appropriate for this area, for these woods that it's in.
Yeah.
So you can see the clearing off to the left there. Beyond, that's where the river is. And
there's a deer.
Right there's a deer. Hello, my friend.
Like he's molting.
Looks like he's molting.
Getting time for.
Okay, yes, be scared of people. That's a good thing.
Not too scared.
Yeah, it's like it's a little
Run
delayed.
these 2 steps and then turn around and look. Are they coming? Okay, so this is the day use area.
And the trail, you can see the trail right through there. The trail that we showed you earlier comes all the way down here. Covered shelter, beautiful oak trees, informational kiosk, and
it's a fishing pier out there, and then the scenic drive starts right here in front of me.
Yeah, we biked that the other day.
And a playground,
which is closed for some reason.
Yep, and there's the driving trail.
Scenic drive right there. Beautiful to bike.
I did it.
Gary did it. All right, heading to the campground now. Oh, here is a Pine Flatwoods Trail. So that trail we passed a while ago, this one comes out right across from it. Very similar to the scenic drive. Goes all through the woods there, and there's a pond here and there. It's really pretty. If you like woods. Oh, and there's no mosquitoes right now.
No, we've been mosquito free here.
Yes. All right, on to the campground. Okay, before we get to the campground, this is a very small campground.
And kind of pushed in here all different directions.
And it is very crowded. I mean, it's full. It's full, and there's people out. So this is just going to be a drive-through, but we'll shout out numbers whenever we can.
This is 30 sites in this campground.
Mm-hmm.
There, yeah, that's a dumpster.
And you'll see they are indeed in here all which way.
And when I first pulled in here, I thought, ooh, can I make this? But nah, no problem.
Yeah. So here goes.
Sorry if there's glare.
It might not be too bad. So we'll try to show you as much as we can.
There's one to the right.
Oh, look, it's empty. Good. Okay. So here's what the campsites really do look like. They're dirt, they're electric, and water.
And some of them are different lengths too. So.
Yeah, and each one has a clothesline hung up for you. Oh, here's another one that's empty. Site 3.
Site 4 is right over to the left, catty corner from us.
Site 4 right there.
Now, when I came up here, I was wondering whether to go straight or turn, but I did turn, and I did go the right direction.
Yeah, there's a site to our right, Site 5. And a couple of sites there. Can't see, there's 8 straight ahead. And there's
11. 9's back in there.
8, 9, and 10's probably back up in there, right? No, 10's over here.
10's over there.
11's this little pull off here, and 10 is to our left, but it's kind of hard to get from here. It's up right there. It's got a nice size fifth wheel on it.
Okay, 13 is empty. 12 is empty to my left.
Yeah, 12. Nice, tucked up under the trees. There's Campfire Circle. That also goes to the river right behind here. The river's right there.
It's got one of those fire circle things and an amphitheater.
And that trail we showed you at the boat ramp also comes through there. And here's 13.
Looks like we caught it at a pretty good time.
Yeah, it actually is as few people as I've seen it. It has been packed since we've been here.
Somebody's got their coffee pot plugged into 14, but that's okay.
Site 15 is right here. This reminds me of the camping I used to do as a kid. The white Florida sand. There's
Yeah.
back up. There's a white squirrel right there. Go back up on the picnic table.
Oh yeah.
Okay, look on the picnic table. There he is. So they have white squirrels here, and they even tell you when you check in, don't feed the white squirrels. And that site right there we're looking at, hold on, not that one. This one right there, site 14. Cool. This is site 16. Beautiful. We have 17 on the left. This here is a good site. This is a great
way
site.
back in there.
Oh, that is that RV that came around the other day, right? It's right up in there, and I don't know the
I
number.
think it's 18.
It's 19. That was site 19. The favorite is 19. You can actually see the river from the back. There's 23. We just passed 21. And there's 22 to the left.
Smaller site.
There's 22 right there. Not as big. Got to watch those tree limbs. Bathhouse.
Comfort station.
Comfort station right over there. No laundry. No laundry facilities.
No, the washer and dryer are not there where there should be.
Yep. And then we have our neighbors here.
We're at 25.
We're at 25. I do not know what they are. I could not see, but the one before 25. There's some extra parking here to the
There's
left.
a host to the left.
Yeah. And there's 26. Now that one is a pull through that comes out a dirt road right behind here. And that is a ginormous fifth wheel. So if you have something big, 26 is your
Look
number.
how close this slide came to the post.
Yeah. There we are. And there's the one that we were just talking about. 27's to the left.
Jayco.
And 28 is to the right. It looks like you can also pull straight through that one too. 29 to the left is right there.
That's supposed to be 30.
Yeah. 30 was to the right.
That's it.
There you go. And that is the campground. There's your dumpster, and now we're back on Park Road.
Yep. So that was our little drive about tour of Ochlockonee River State Park here in Sopchoppy, Florida, which is in the Big Bend area, Florida. As it curves on around, starts headed toward the busy part of Florida, you might say. It's a very nice park. Like we said, it's 30 sites. It's very wooded. Our site here is it's dirt, but it was level for us. And we have the 50 amp service, and we have water at our site. No sewer hookups here, but they do have the dump station.
I do want to say something about the ground here, though.
Say something about the dirt now.
It is hard packed, so it doesn't like turn to mud or mush like some places we may have been before, but this is nice and hard packed. That's important.
Yes, we have hard dirt.
So if it rains, it's still hard packed.
Yeah, they have a really nice restroom right behind us that has nice private showers and nice water pressure, and the water is hot.
And I have a story about the shower.
Here's our shower story.
3 ladies were taking a shower, and we were visiting because we were talking to each other, and the water pressure never faltered and the hot water never went away.
Now, I can't say the same thing for that RV next to me. If you're trying to take a shower and someone starts the washing machine, look out.
Just don't do it.
No.
That's a things you don't do when you are living in your RV.
Yes.
Take a shower and do laundry at the same time.
No.
Take a shower or wash dishes at the same time.
Yeah, you got the Verizon service. A little slow at times. I got like 4G in about 3 bars, 2 to 3 bars, and sometimes it's a little on the slow side, but overall, I think it's okay.
But I uploaded videos, zero problem.
We used the MiFi and it seemed to work better.
Yeah, we're at site 25, and you can hear the fan. I don't know if you can hear it or not.
The exhaust fan hums.
It has a very loud fan.
It does.
So, and it runs all the time. It never shuts off. Just FYI.
Okay, now, once again, about the park and the sites, as you've seen as we were driving around, you know, just be careful of the size site, where the site is. You know, we're 33 foot. We didn't have any problem. We got a big fifth wheel here next to us.
Big.
And we've seen some of those come in and come out. Overall, I think you can probably get just about anything in here if you've got the right site. They're very good.
Look at each site, because it'll tell you the max RV that will fit there. So, for example, the site that we really like, Site 19, that is, you can sit in your yard and see the river, it is a max RV size of 30 feet. That would not work for us. And the site next to it, I think it's 18, it says it's 22 feet or less. And it also has a remark. So go scroll all the way down and read the remarks, because it says trailers may have difficulty backing up here, and recommended for vans and things like that.
Right.
Smaller things, tents and vans. So just the one thing that Florida State Park's website, reservation site, does do really well is they explain what is going on at that site. So scroll all the way down and read it, and because not all these sites are going to accommodate a big RV. Well, even back here, as we were backing up, we had limbs, so we couldn't go very much further, or we would be backing into limbs.
We do have neighbors fairly close, but it's a very quiet park, and it's no big deal in this park being like this. There's really nothing across from us but parking and an empty lot over there.
Overflow parking, because again, some of these sites are small, so there's not enough room for your two vehicles, your RV and your vehicle.
It's a very nice, quiet park up in here. Now, if you go down there by the ranger station, as you saw in our drive about, there's a boat ramp there, and you can fish there. They got a really nice ADA kayak launching system there, and I believe they have 2 kayak loop trails.
Right.
That you can paddle around if you want to paddle out there.
And they rent canoes and kayaks.
I will say that the river out here is a tidal river. It does have high incoming and outgoing tides. It doesn't get real low or nothing like that, but the tides do change, and sometimes it does get windy out there, and gets quite a current going. But they do have the two kayak loops that you can kayak around. Then at the other end of the park, they have the pavilions, and they have another area out there that you can walk out on and fish. The park trails, they have several trails here. They're not, and none of them are long trails.
Nice and wide.
And they do have one trail, the Scenic Drive Trail here in the park, that you can actually drive around through the woods. And we did it on our bikes, and we also did it at night just to see what it was like at night. It's on a full moon night, actually, we did it. And it was quite nice there at night in the dark. And so all of the trails are nice, wide trails. Easy. They're not up and downs. They're actually Gary approved trails.
They're Gary approved trails.
So yes, you have on the Gary meter, they were okay.
And no, this is also a great stargazing site, because there's not a lot of unnatural light around. They even tell you can have LED lights on outside in your RV at night because it is dark. But we were fortunate enough to be here on a full moon, and the woods are just beautiful, beautiful.
Now, outside of the park, there's a Dollar General about, I'm gonna say 6-7 miles straight up the road. And also straight up the road, there's a city park.
What was the name of it?
I can't remember the name of it, but there's a full-service city park. It's like 20 sites, or I don't know how many sites it is, but one whole row is actually full service. It's $20 a night, but it's got trails and all that, boat launch and all that there too. But it's a pretty nice looking little park up there.
Yeah, just a little. I mean, it's much smaller than this, and it's way open. It's not as many trees, but.
Now, if you go up into the next city called Medart, there's this convenience store there called Rocky's. It's a huge convenience store, modern, big convenience store. They got everything in the world in there. They got a frozen yogurt bar. They got takeout food. Of course, anything that a convenience store would have. They have bait and tackle and fishing rods, and then they got a million pumps out front. And then in the back, They got a big RV truck pumps that you can pull through. It's very nice place.
And for all you hikers out there, the Florida National Scenic Trail comes through this area. It's just like 6 miles up the road, and you can jump on the Florida Trail and explore some really beautiful parts of Florida. You'll hear this part of Florida called the real Florida.
If you should need a grocery run, be prepared to spend 30 minutes of driving to go to a city called Crawfordville. It's not far from here, and they do have a Walmart Supercenter there, and they have a Publix. And they have, the Walgreens and all those kind of stores there too. It's a bigger city. It's got, fast food restaurants and all that there. But that's about a half an hour drive. It's not a hard drive, but it does take you about 30 minutes to get there if you need to do a grocery pickup or anything like that. Auto parts store, whatever. It's Crawfordville.
And in fact, if you want to go anywhere, this is kind of in the middle of nowhere. So if you want to go back towards the beaches or go to St. George Island State Park, it's about an hour away. The Gulf is between here and there, and Tallahassee is about an hour away north of us.
Yeah, St. George, Port St. Joe, all those camps.
Yeah, Port St. Joe is a little further away. It's about an hour and a half. There's also nearby is Bald Point State Park, which is on the, which bay was it? It's on the bay anyway.
Well, it's got Apalachicola Bay there.
Yeah.
Is one of the bays.
It has a lot of hiking trails. It has a beach. You can walk out and look at the wetlands there. It's a really peaceful, pretty place. It does not have a campground.
No.
So it's just a place to go visit and sightsee and
It does
watch.
have a kayak launch.
It does.
There's 2 entrances though. Careful, warned of that.
Yeah,
Because one of them, all it does is go straight into the kayak launch and straight back out.
Yeah.
You have to go all the way around to go to like the main entrance.
Right.
So,
yeah.
If you do decide to go to
I
there.
think it was $4 a car to get in.
Yes.
So there's one interesting thing about this park.
And I think it's kind of just in this part too, isn't it? You will see white squirrels and white deer.
And there's only a couple of white deer, so there's not like a lot of white deer, but there's a couple that you will see here.
And they're not albino deer. They're a whatever certain type of deer.
I'll put it. I don't remember the word exactly. It starts with a P, but they're basically it's a genetic mutation. So you can see the doe here that you will see often. She has some brown on her, and she has a fawn tagging along with her. And then the white squirrels, they're just around. Yeah, you just kind of see them around, a regular squirrel. Again, a genetic mutation. They're not an albino squirrel or anything.
So
it's unique to this area, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's
something different.
Something different to see.
Yeah, and Ochlockonee. Here's how I remember. Like we were trying to pronounce the name. Remember Ochlockonee and all kinds of things.
Ochlockonee. I don't know all
the ranger said, "Oh, clock," and then she pointed to her knee. Ochlockonee.
Ochlockonee.
That's how you say it.
What does Ochlockonee mean?
It means yellow waters.
Yellow waters.
So there's your lesson about the area. But if you want to be away from crowds, hear nothing but the birds and the breeze, maybe the bathroom fan.
The hum of the bathroom fan.
It is so peaceful and quiet here. It is like heaven.
Okay.
Not a lot of traffic. You don't hear traffic at all. So Ochlockonee River State Park. It's been a good stay.
So, we would ask you to click like and subscribe. Follow us on our journey.
And if you've ever been here, drop a note in the comments and tell us about your experience here. Or if there's another campground in the area that you have seen, tell us about it.
Yeah.
Or if you have a question.
Yeah, leave a comment.
There's one more thing that I need to let everybody know. You hear us talk about RV Trip Wizard. We use that to plan our trips. And right now, you could get 25% off if you use the code RUFFROAD, RUFFROAD. And you can use it on your browser, or you can click the link that's in the notes if you're interested in RV Trip Wizard. You can get a 7-day trial, free trial period, and it is very helpful for our trip planning.
It is a very good program.
And we are affiliates, so we will get a small commission for that, and we thank you in advance if you do click on it and check it out.
Yes. Like I said, follow us on our journey. This is Gary and Sharon. We like looking at freedom. Safe travels, people.
Hope to see you on the road and say hello. We have met so many awesome people this year.